It is currently 28 degrees Fahrenheit, negative 2 degrees Celsius here. I love winter storms that I'm absolutely not prepared for. Welcome back to Album Quest. This is day 14. If you don't already know, Album Quest is where I challenge myself to listen to one new album every day of 2024. I had to catch up a little bit in the last couple of days because my internet was messing up, but we are now back on track. And today, for day 14, we got The Predator by Ice Cube. Now, admittedly, I was not super huge on West Coast hip hop for a long time. Not necessarily because I didn't like the style, but like most of the time when people were telling me to listen to rap records, they were recommending stuff from East Coast. So like, Lauryn Hill, Wu-Tang, Tribe Called Quest, Biggie, etc. And a lot of the stuff that I did listen to from West Coast was like kind of not as popular as like Ice Cube and NWA. So I've listened to like People Under the Stairs, The Far Side, and I can talk more about those guys later. But finally, I'm getting into like the meat and potatoes with Ice Cube, the man. Like, carried the entirety of NWA on his back, and it's very evident, not just in that one song, but in just his whole style when he went solo. And The Predator really shows him at like, shows him going in the direction that he's going to go for most of the rest of his peak of his career. We have like the first half of this album, 16 tracks. The first half of this album, from 1 to 8, it's absolutely incredible. We got banger after banger, absolute classics. When Will They Shoot is great. Wicked is great. Now I Gotta Wetcha is great. The Predator, It Was a Good Day is like an all-time great, absolute classic song. Like, you cannot... this is probably just Ice Cube's best song, period. The sample is great. It feels awesome to listen to. The lyrics are fun. And, like, while still celebrating good things, it also paints the picture of, like, the turmoil and the difficulty of living in LA during the time that Ice Cube grew up. And, like, all of the violence and, like, poverty that was stricken with him to the point where, nobody dying is a good day. Nobody trying to steal his car, no police showing up is a good day, and we had to tear this motherfucker up. Like, it's bombastic. This first half of the album is in your face. It, like, the production is crazy. A lot of the sample influences are very clear. Namely, a lot of like Ohio Players, like stuff that was really foundational to like the G-funk rap sound of the early 90s in LA. And like, man, it's just awesome. Unfortunately, after we get to the second half, from tracks 9 to 16, it falls way the fuck off in quality, in my opinion at least. Like, Check Yourself is pretty good. Who Got the Camera is pretty good. Dirty Mac is okay, but like, really, these 3 tracks from 10 to 12 just do not do it for me. Like, it loses a lot of steam that it had built up over the first 30 minutes, and dare I say, it gets a little boring around like the end of Don't Trust 'Em and the beginning of Gangsta's Fairy Tale 2. And also, this is where, like, the biggest criticism I probably have of Ice Cube is the misogyny. Like, it is very apparent what he thinks of women, especially on Don't Trust 'Em. And, like, it's I don't know. I will say, though, the best saving grace, Check Yourself is a classic, and Say Hi to the Bad Guys, at least funny. Because it's got the cop reaching in for the donut, and it's got some weird stuff where it like kind of flips between this like skit and like the regular song itself. And that's at least good. But really, just this last half is not it. It doesn't hit the same. I wish it reached the same peaks as the first half, but it really doesn't. But that being said, though, the first half is so good that it absolutely makes up for it. And I wouldn't say that it gets bad in the second half. It just falls off. It's like we were up here during the first half. I wanted to be like here, somewhere in the same range and not down here. You know what I mean? But with that being said, though, this album is a great. I will give it a 5.5 out of 7. Absolutely recommend it to anybody who wants to check something like this out. Even if you've only heard It Was a Good Day, I would still check it out because this has a lot of really great stuff on there that is going to be worth your time. And if you have any recommendations for albums I could listen to in the future, leave them in the comments. I'm always looking for more stuff to be added to my playlist and my rotation and more albums to really expand my horizons. And if you want to help me get further into West Coast rap, this is a great opportunity to do so. Share some of your favorites. Let me know what you think. And I will see y'all on day 15, Album Quest. That's the start of week 3. So, bye-bye.